Okay, we are live here on the Off the Cuff show with Masai Lincoln on Love the Beat the Radio. I'm here with Jack Allen. I'm interviewing him. Just wait, put your mic just there so people can hear you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm interviewing local fighter Jack Allen. He's got a fight coming up, and yeah, we're gonna ask him all about it. You alright?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, I can't really claim the fight thing. It's more of a. My mates are going to mug me off about this. It's more like a roll around type because it's a jiu-jitsu.
Oh, is it jiu-jitsu? Oh,
yeah,
I thought you had a fight. No, because Layla told me you've got a fight coming up. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
No, it's over the course of summer. There's not a lot of fights going on.
Like actual competition.
Yeah, like actual like Muay Thai fights. So I thought I'd like take this summer out and just focus on jiu-jitsu.
What belt are you? You still a what? You still a white belt?
Yeah, white belt. I got my 4th stripe the other day. So like,
how many stripes is it until you got? Is it brown
4,
next?
Yeah, so blue.
Blue. Okay,
coming, yeah. And then you got to get 4 stripes in that blue to then get a purple, then 4 stripes in that purple to then get.
How do they decide, like your coaches, to say, okay, now you're ready to be a?
I think it's like it's part and parcel with commitment and how much you're there.
Okay.
And then half it is also skills, like how much you're improving.
Okay.
So I think after a while, like they wouldn't just randomly give it to you, but like you've actually got to kind of prove it. But my gyms, for example, like Checkmate, I think they're quite big on like competing. So you've got to compete if you want to get a blue belt.
Yeah, and say if you done well in the competition, say you won,
yeah,
or you got to like the semi, you placed or whatever, they'll be like, oh, maybe you deserve another stripe or a belt improvement. Okay.
So one of my teammates, Josh, George Haining, we went up to Blackpool recently last month for a comp. I'd done my thumbing, but we had we went up there.
And this was BJJ.
Yeah. And he got drove all the way up there. I think it was like 9 hours for him in the end, coming like through all traffic, and then got up there, competed with his girlfriend next day. Not with his girlfriend was there, and first round, I'll show you a video later. He picked up the person, threw him down on the floor, and that was it. DQ. You're not allowed to pick up and slam in.
Of course.
In like certain matches, in certain promotions you are, but in this one you're not allowed to.
Right.
First thing he did. Like first match, shook hands.
He was wrestling kind of.
Yeah. Picked up the geezer, threw him down to the floor, and that's it. DQ'd straight away. Didn't get to fight again throughout the whole comp.
So most of it is just submission. Obviously, it's submission grappling. Yeah. But then how do you say if you were in that situation? Do you kind of have to just reverse it or just concede?
Well, it depends where you get to. But like, going from that, is what I was saying is that he was so gutted by that. Is that he signed up to the Coventry one a week later, and he was only 1 stripe white belt. Signed up to Coventry a week later. Got to Coventry and he choked everyone out there. Got gold.
Wow! What level belt is he?
White belt.
He's a white belt.
One stripe white belt. Choked everyone out there. Got gold, and then the next grading that came up, my coach gave him 2 stripes.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So
you can. So depending on how well you do, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. But I think if you prove yourself in a comp, then like you're showing that you're ready.
And a lot of these jiu-jitsu tournaments, are they like the one that you were in? Was it an open weight one, or was it? Oh, we got to be a certain...
it's all got to be by weight. You can't. I think that's any form of anything, because otherwise, any form of fighting, you got to go by weight.
But there are some open weight jiu-jitsu.
It depends what ones you go into, because then you get absolutes. It's called.
Yeah.
So you can pay an extra. So like I have to pay 40 quid to get into it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you pay an extra 15 if you want to do one called absolutes, and that means that I've on that one I'm fighting at 70 in my weight category, so I'm 70 kilograms that I'm getting down to. So that's from, I think, 65 and above.
Right, so technically like an open weight.
So I've got 5 kilograms within that you can mess around with.
But you could be getting, you're saying it's in a range. Okay, fine.
In a range, then it goes up. But then the absolutes, it's 76 kilograms and below. On the one in Blackpool, I had my first match with someone who was 75 kilograms, and I was 69.5 kilograms.
So that's like a stone heavy.
Yeah, mate. It was like, and I could feel it.
You could feel it, yeah.
And it was like, but so weirdly enough, though, I was chucking him about. So it was like a weird old.
Yeah.
It's like weird. I think adrenaline takes over, but then he got the better of me in the end.
It's strange though. Some people are so good at, because I mean, with jiu-jitsu, I'm kind of just casual with it. Like Craig Jones is doing like his own.
Yeah.
He's called it. What did he call it? He called it the CJI, like Craig Jones Invitational, where I don't know if it's open weights as well, but
he's got David and Goliath matches. Mighty Mouse did it, didn't he?
I saw. Yeah, when he's throwing that guy around. I don't know how good that guy is, obviously, but Mighty Mouse, I think he got his.
If there's the same belt, mate, like it's pretty.
I think he got his black belt after that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because which is insane that he didn't have it years ago.
Yeah.
But he was saying what your coaches were saying, that some coaches say we want to see how you do some more
Much in
competitions
there,
and
yeah.
stuff. Because obviously he's such a high level
Yeah,
grappler, but
exactly.
yeah, it was
So
insane.
same as John Jones, like he's still like,
Is he not a black belt?
nah, I don't
But
think he
yeah,
is.
exactly. But then you get some guys that aren't maybe known as the best grapplers, but they are a black belt. I think
Yeah.
like earlier this year, McGregor got his black
Yeah,
belt.
yeah.
I mean, obviously he's a good grappler, but he's not say as good as other guys that have got
Yeah.
black belts.
I think when you
yeah.
put in that kettle of fish around all them lot, like they're diminished. But imagine like McGregor up against a white belt like me, like I'd be like he would know everything about grappling.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But then like, what I'm saying is there are guys that are who are black belts and they are
And then
obviously
there's
very
black
good at
belts.
and then you've got guys that just do jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
and it wouldn't even be close kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I guess they sort of, we don't see how much sort of grappling guys do.
Yeah.
And I always say that when people look at, say, MMA fighters and some MMA fighters and be like, oh, he's just getting taken down, he's not a great guy, how is this guy a thingy belt? But you don't know how good the other guy is at grappling, where he's just been doing it way longer or he's just way better kind of thing.
Well, that's like at my gym when I do MMA there, I'm the only one in the MMA class who does jiu-jitsu. But MMA jiu-jitsu is a lot different to jiu-jitsu.
Just jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. So, for example, when I'm getting like ground and pound, so when someone throws me down to the floor, I pull guard straight away and then wrap my legs around them.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, as soon as I do that, I'm just getting punched in the face.
Yes,
so like
exactly.
you can never ever pull guard when you're like that. You have to get back up, stand back up straight away, and then grapple again.
Post straight away. Yeah.
Post. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you get some guys, say in the UFC or just MMA in general, who are just, they were doing, say, jiu-jitsu and grappling way before, like Charles Oliveira. He's got the most submissions in UFC history.
Yeah.
But I think he was doing jiu-jitsu as a child when he was like 7 or 8. Learned how to do grappling. He's like one of the highest level black belts. And then he started doing MMA when he was young.
Yeah.
And now he's just, he has MMA, like you said, he's got MMA jiu-jitsu and he's got jiu-jitsu. And he's like one of the highest ranked black belts. And yeah, you're right. It is different kind of thing because there are no threat of punches and knees and elbows when you're doing jiu-jitsu, whereas in MMA there is. So it's strange. It's funny how
it's definitely a weird dynamic. Like I think going from one to the other is a good level of skill, especially when you do no-gi. Like if you do no-gi jiu-jitsu, mate, it helps so much when you go into MMA.
Oh, you think it's better to do no-gi?
Yeah, no-gi jiu-jitsu for MMA definitely, because it's similar. You're just missing out the punching and the kicks. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Whereas when you do gi, it's a whole. That's a whole.
You can grab someone's clothes.
You can grab someone's clothes.
So technically, it's harder to do no-gi because you're actually learning just to grab each other kind of thing.
It's true, but then at the same time, from like other self-defense issues, like when do you ever fight someone naked?
No, you don't. Yeah, of course.
So,
because I've always heard guys that say it's, obviously if you fought a guy on the street, let's just say, and you know how to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
The first thing they're gonna do, they're just gonna grab your
clothes.
Cause do you know what I mean? Because they can just throw you about kind of thing. Whereas like, let's just say you were fighting at, I don't know, like a festival and the guy had a shirt off. You can't say just grab.
Yeah, grab a shirt. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's better, mate. It's same as, I suppose, the same as everything. You need to know both. But like what you just said, but if you can grab hold of someone's clothing, like someone who's bigger, it doesn't matter how big they are. If you grab their clothing, you can do whatever you want to them.
It's funny how that kind of works.
Because wherever your head goes, you go. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if you pull someone's collar, that's it.
And also, if you don't know how to fight or grapple, you're a fish out of water. Because you're like, do you know what I mean? Because did you ever see that video of obviously Nate Diaz?
Yeah. Oh, he introduced someone into his gym.
No, not that. So he was at like an event and it sort of popped off or something. He was just like watching in the crowd. I think people were throwing stuff or whatever. And he was on the street. People were still trying to give it to him. And there's this guy that he's like a Logan Paul impersonator.
Oh yeah.
He tried to. He sort of tried to make him flinch, and then he just grabbed him and he just dropped him on the street. It was so funny, and it goes to show how you see these guys who are so skilled and so trained, and you sort of think like sometimes watch them fight and think, oh, he's not all that, and then to like a regular person like me or them, this guy was asleep in 3 seconds. It's just insane to watch.
It's scary, innit? Like that's what I find nuts when you get to that. I think that'd be like the ultimate dream. Because I think I'm past that age now of like I'm not exactly gonna try and be like some world champion or anything.
Exactly.
Like, I've always said I do it more as a hobby.
Yeah.
But I think just being comfortable is like the main goal out of all of it.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like just being comfortable fighting would be the ultimate.
Yeah, it's funny actually. I've always wanted to do MMA and just like just combat. But it's funny. There's a gym literally 5-minute walk from here, 10-minute walk in Beckenham. And I've always wanted to go there.
Oh, is that what's it called?
Nah, it's called London Martial Arts and Fitness. And I was like, oh, let me just go in there. Because I was thinking I want to get some people onto the show and be like, if they ever wanted to come on, like the owner and stuff. but the owner wasn't there. So but there was like the other manager was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I want to come train one day. Like, what is it like? And he was like, oh yeah, you get for £15 a week, you get every single session, every class, like included in that. Yeah. Or you can just pick the one that you want. And say if you just wanted to do, I don't know, jiu-jitsu or boxing or whatever, you just pick what you want and we'll just work it out from there. And I was like, oh, cool. And I asked him about coming on the show. They was like, yeah, come down next time. Like, maybe do a session first and then we'll see what. And I was like, yeah, cool. But I was like, yeah, as soon as the reason I haven't been doing it is I was going to start like this summer. But because the Euros have been on and England have been doing well and I've been busy going out kind of things. But I was like, after that, yeah, I want to start and just like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to even compete. I just want to do like the basics. Yeah, just learn the basics of grappling and just striking. I don't want to be like fighting or get hurt or whatever. But yeah, it does look fun though.
I think you'll be surprised, like part of the parcel with it, because I think
I know I'm going to be terrible.
Yeah, like everyone is though. Like it gets to a point where even I'm just like I don't know where it is. Some days I'm just bad at it. Like I can't. Like, I get hit and I'm just like.
Well, it's like any sport though. Some footballers that will be training, they just have a terrible game. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I just want to learn how to grapple. And when I'm watching, obviously I watch MMA more than anything. When I'm watching it, I know what they're doing when they're on the floor and what's happening. But at the same time, I don't when it gets. Yeah. Sometimes I'm watching it and say like Joe Rogan, he'll be like, oh, he's going for a, and I know that even though I know what
you know what about to do, yeah,
he can see it like 2 or 3 steps ahead. He'll be like, oh my god, he's going for an Ezekiel choke, and I'm like, how can he see that already, kind of thing. And I just want to know that so I can just sort of, and how if I was watching a tournament or a match of MMA, how they might reverse it or how they get out of it, how they're going to post up, that kind of stuff.
I think the good thing about jiu-jitsu as well, which I like, is that all that rolling, it makes MMA 10, like what you just said, it makes MMA 10 times more exciting to watch when you actually know. So? You know when they're on the floor and then it doesn't look like they're doing anything, they're tapping, but you can see that they're like trying to set something up. And when you see that, you're like, it gets exciting.
Yeah, because I love it anyway. I can appreciate the grappling. Yeah. And a lot of people find wrestling boring. Sometimes it can be. Yeah. But when you see a guy where he's using his wrestling so well,
the feet up against the cage.
Yeah, and I love that. But if I knew more about it, it would make it even more interesting. You're right. It's like there was a title fight about a month and a half ago, Islam Makhachev for Dustin Poirier. And in my opinion, Islam is the best grappler in the UFC. Or he's definitely one of, but for me, he's the best. Yeah. And he submitted Dustin in like the last 2 minutes of the fight. And he's such a good wrestler, but he gets him in like, I think he nearly got him in like a rear naked choke a guillotine. And then Dustin gets out and he thinks he's escaped. And he just like ankle picks him, drags him back, and then he submits it. And I was like, wow, that was incredible. Yeah. And I didn't see that coming, but it was just things like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think when you do notice it, what I like about that Dustin Poirier going to it is the when he got his black belt in the cage, and then he said that he won the title. And then he took that title belt off, UFC title belt, and then just put on the black belt. And now he said, he's like, that's the biggest achievement.
Oh, well, I don't remember this.
Yeah, this was ages ago.
He won, so he never was actually a UFC champion. In 2018, he won 2019, he won the interim belt against Max Holloway.
I think that must have been that.
Did he? Maybe.
Because I think he definitely won the belt.
But he won a decision. Yeah, that was the only time he won a belt.
Yeah, he won a belt, and then they came in with the black belt for him.
Oh, maybe,
and then they wrapped it around him, and then he was just like, this is the better achievement than having.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I mean, he is a black belt as well.
Yeah, because he got that on that day.
Yeah.
He put a post up the next day of him holding a coffee in his gi with like the black belt on.
Oh yeah. You're right. I remember. Yes. Yeah, he is a really good grappler, but it's ironic that he's had 3 title fights, lost them all to being submitted. It's insane. But like I said,
going back to it, what you just said,
the 3 best probably grapplers in lightweight history that he's lost.
Just unlucky, isn't it? He's in that at that time.
Yeah. In your gym, who is say the most high level or well known fighter that competes in any promotion, whether it's MMA or boxing or whatever?
So I think the biggest wise, like legend wise, is Joe Ritterjack.
Okay.
His name is, and he is
kickboxer or something.
Thai. He's like Muay Thai. He's
from
Thailand. Yeah.
Okay.
He's insane. Like he just looks like he's sleeping when he's fighting.
And you train with him?
Yeah, where he trains me. Like
right.
You do one-to-ones with him, but if you want to get good at really learn quickly how to.
And he's retired now though.
No, he had a fight the other day at MTGP in Crystal Palace, and he won that fight.
Oh wow!
I think he said he was ill for it as well.
Oh wow! What weight is that?
God, I can tell.
Is he big? I'm guessing.
No, he's tiny.
Oh, he's small.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a
But,
tiger. Okay, yeah. Because a lot of them are small. Now that I think about it, I've never seen like a
huge,
really big tiger.
Even if they are, they're just small, like they're wide out. But
because back in the day when Pride was on, there was some really big Japanese guys.
Yeah.
But there was only one or two. There was never. Now that I think about it, a really big sort of Asian dude kind of like fighter.
Who was that big one with? It's the classic. You always see it though. It's the American geezer. He's got the American shorts on. What's his name?
Was
it the big moustache? They're both holding each other's heads.
Was it Don Fry versus somebody? It wasn't Sakuraba. Was it Sakuraba? It might have been Sakuraba.
I don't know, but they're both holding each other's heads in the ring. But I think it was. No, was it Pride?
Was it Pride?
Or Glory? No,
Glory's kickboxing.
Glory, yeah.
Glory's kickboxing. So
no, it wouldn't have been that. It was MMA.
Oh, it's MMA. And this is back in the day.
Yeah, it had a ring. It wasn't even a cage, and they were like they're both banging each other's heads, and they're both holding it and doing that.
It might have been Don Fry versus Sakuraba.
I think that rings a bell.
It might have been Sakuraba because I know Sakuraba fought at like middleweight and like heavyweight. Yeah. So, but was it him?
And the geez had the American.
And he might have fought Don Fry, or he might have.
I think that rings a bell, mate.
Don Fry, yeah, he's like one of the biggest like old UFC legends, and I think he fought in Pride back in the day as well.
Yeah.
And that does ring a bell, like the American shorts and stuff.
Yeah, mate, it must have been him. I think that name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was but he fought. He's probably the biggest. Like Joe is like a legend wise. Like he's been there for years.
What who else? Any other like pros? No, I don't mean like they got to be famous or anything, but like
Sammy Hayes,
like an elite-ish kind of level.
Sammy Hayes. He's like I said, he won the British champion for Ronin the other day, and that was at 59 kilograms, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So, but don't get me wrong, like even though that's that is a very light weight. But his skill is just.
Well, you tend to get that. It's strange. The guys that are lighter do tend because they move a bit better. And
it's insane how much
they got the speed. You know what I mean? So
skillful. Like, and then watching him there as well. Like when I went to go watch him down in Basingstoke. Seeing your mates fight like that, it makes you
must be nerve-wracking,
your stomach. You're so tense the whole time, and then like this kid fought Liam Harrison's gym.
Okay.
So he was under his name,
right?
And like Liam Harrison is one who kicks the legs and all that. He's like quality. So he was like kind of looking at thinking he's going to do that.
And this is not K1. This is Muay Thai.
It's Muay Thai. Yeah, right. So yeah, but mate, so good. Like watching Sammy do that, and then my other mate. Sorry, his name's. I call him H, but his name's. Oh my God, what is it? Harris, but he's quality. He's really watching him. He's like brand new to the game as well. He was good to watch. The another one though is Will Druitt. He's like probably he's getting up there ranks wise. Is he like MMA?
Is he quite an old? Is he an older guy?
No, he's the. I think he's 24, 25 now actually.
Oh,
25, yeah.
Oh, really? And he's fighting one?
Yeah, he's fighting one.
But is this MMA or is it?
MMA.
Oh, okay.
So mate, definitely one to Will Druitt.
Will Druitt. Okay,
yeah, I'll send you after.
Yeah, I'll look
out for him.
He's
my MMA coach, but he's
Will Druitt.
Mustard.
I'll have to watch it then. Yeah, okay, cool.
And
that's in Thailand as well.
Yeah. So he's out there now.
Are they ahead of us in time or behind us?
I actually don't know. I think they're ahead.
They're ahead.
But Will Druitt trains at John Haggett's gym, Team Underground.
Yes, yeah.
He's actually trains from there.
Right.
And then, okay. So Christian Knowles, John Haggett's coach, has set him up to come out there and fight.
Yeah. There's so many good gyms in Thailand. Well, like people say, there's so many good gyms in just not even just for Muay Thai, just for everything. Like whether it's boxing or kickboxing.
You get that camp, don't you? Tiger MMA.
Tiger Muay Thai, Tiger Muay Thai. But there's loads of others. I think I was watching a video the other day of Alex Volkanovski because he used to do a lot of training back in the day in Thailand before he was a champion, and he went back there. Like last week, I was watching a YouTube video that he done, and he was like, "Yeah, it's good to be out here, and it's hot, kind of thing." Yeah, like you said, getting acclimatized, just because
that heat, mate. Apparently, it's nuts. Like
they say, it's crazy, and they have a lot of. I've seen it at Tiger Muay Thai and some other gyms out in Thailand. They do have gyms that are obviously air conditioned because it's just too hot, but they also have gyms if you want to acclimatize more to the heat.
It's open.
Open, yeah, like an open. So you can just walk in.
So
it's not, you're not like, oh, I'm sweating so much, but it's also like, I can feel the heat. I'm outside kind of thing. But there's a breeze. I think, and that must be quite good to sort of acclimatise yourself to.
My plan is to get out there in December. Like, that'd be like.
Oh, you're actually going out there?
Mate, that'd be a goal. Like,
have you been to Thailand before?
No, I haven't, not at all. My dad goes like every year. I'm not saying for those purposes. But he goes out there. But, mate, it's quality. I just want to train out there because my coach, Joe, when he's got his family gym out there, it looks quality, like, and he sets it up for you to go out there. So like, it's basically because it's family run gym. he just you pay for the membership for the whole month, and they teach you, feed you, everything.
Oh,
so
you can
out
sleep there as well, can't you?
Sleep
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
literally do your whole camp. You live there, sleep there, do whatever.
That'd be cool.
So I'll do it for a month, and then maybe do a fight. I don't know yet.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Oh, like actually in Thailand.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So,
Yeah.
But then I don't necessarily want to get beaten up by
Nah,
some
like-
14-year-old Thai.
And he's like been fighting since he was 3 or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
My one of my friends actually, he went to Thailand in January, and he was there for about 3.5, 4 months, and
he
he's
just love it out there, mate.
he was not like a fighter or anything. He was just going there for like him and his mate just to travel.
It was
kind of
like
thing.
smoking out there as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. But he said he went to even just like the regular gyms. Like they did a bit of like just training because they're in like every gym. Even just like I said, the regular version of say Pure Gym, whatever. You can still.
Just go.
They've got heavy bags and they've got guys trainers in there, kind of thing, which is cool. And I think it's funny that it's such a they obviously made Muay Thai, and it's such a lethal martial art, but they're as a country and the people they're quite sort of peaceful, head down kind of thing.
I think it shows discipline though. Like they're just so disciplined and respectful. Like that's why you get no nonsense out there. Like have you seen like the tourist fight and then police just come in straight away and just like.
Because I think with a lot of say British tourists, we'll go on holiday, people get drunk
got, like,
and they want to fight and that, and I'm just like, whereas things like that it probably happens are way less because people are just like
scared.
I don't need to prove anything. Do you know what I mean?
Got nothing to prove.
I got nothing to prove. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking though they should do some more sort of events over there, kind of thing. I think not just I know one do a lot of stuff because they're based mainly in Asia, but it'd be good if these other big promotions, whether it's boxing, MMA, kickboxing, do more events out there. I know Glory used to and still did a lot of events in like China and Japan. And
what was UFC doing at the time? They were going over to like Dubai, weren't they?
Yeah, they go to Abu Dhabi in Dubai every October, sometimes twice a year. They've just done.
Why is that though?
Because the first time they went to the Abu Dhabi, they struck up a deal with them like 2009. That was the first time before Abu Dhabi was popping, kind of thing. And combat sports in that part of the world is huge.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, mate, I didn't know.
They love sports in general. They own the guys that own Man City and loads of other football teams.
Oh, you imagine, and
they just love sport. And they always go over there. And obviously now there's so many big Muslim fighters from like Habib and Hamza and Islam, and they spend loads of money for the UFC to come. And they just done an event in Saudi because obviously the last few years boxing in Saudi has been sort of big, and the UFC done an event there for the first time last month. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. But back in the day, people forget, because obviously a lot of martial arts come from sort of Japan, China, and it used to be. It's not that it's not anymore because they still watch it just as much as they used to, but they don't really do the events there anymore, which is kind of sad because they love martial arts and stuff. I think they will eventually because getting in the UFC, there's a lot more Japanese fighters like how they used to be back in the day. Because Pride was bigger than the UFC before the UFC. So I think eventually you'll start seeing a lot more of those kind of guys, and a lot of K1 guys, Muay Thai guys.
Yeah, I think K1's a lot. Because I always think about like how did those it's good. It's actually good for the fighters as well. That's what I find good. Like rather than just people getting chucked around London or going up and down, like up fighting north and then fighting back down south again. Like it's good to actually to get these fighters to travel the world a little bit with their job. Like it's not just necessarily fighting in Bethnal Green in York Hall. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you want to see some other stuff and see how they do it.
Seeing the other world, getting like you're broadening your horizons a lot more.
And also training. Like you probably learn so much from being around. They might do it completely differently, kind of thing. So I think you'd learn a lot, just fighters in general and coaches as well.
Yeah.
I think they do often say when you go out there, they do things completely differently here. But it is interesting. Have you been? Do you actually watch a lot of fighting or not?
Mate, do you know what? I try to, but I really don't care. Not near as much as half as you. I do need to do it because it's good to actually you learn from it. You do. You really,
not even just
do.
for fun. Do you not even just sort of watch?
I do try to, but I just think I don't know. Sometimes I just
I guess if you're training all the time, it must get a bit of now I've got to watch some. Do you know what I mean?
It's not even necessarily that. I think I just kind of forget. Unless a big ones, but the more I watch it is I actually go to the fights. Like watching my mates' fights or just things.
I've
like
only
that.
been. It's funny actually.
And that's good. I do. You learn a lot from that.
Just seeing it up close is different.
Up
to seeing
close,
it on
you
TV,
can because you get nervous as well.
Yeah, and also I'm guessing because fighters say all the time, obviously fighting in the gym, sparring is obviously way different to actual fight. So I guess it's good to be in around that energy as well and be like, wow, the other guy actually wants to hurt me. Whereas in the gym, you're sparring, you're taking it light, you're trying to get your training partners. If they're preparing for a fight, you're letting them beat you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas for a fight, it's like, wow.
Yeah,
okay, now
you actually get hit.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Proper
But
hit.
mate, it's funny you should say that. It was the like when I spar Ty at my gym, like even though we are mates, I don't know.
It gets competitive
sometimes it
yeah.
does. Like you think, like you've popped my nose there. Like my nose is gone. Like it's proper bleeding everywhere, and you think that actually hurt.
Do you guys wear head like?
No, not at all.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
So
unless we're going super heavy. Like basically we're fighting, we wear headbands, but no, majority of the time we don't, mate. That's what I mean. Like you feel.
That's what puts me off a little bit about doing all of this, going to a gym and
Yeah,
training.
it's
I don't want to. Not that I know I'm gonna get hurt, but I don't want to be like.
But it's the difference.
My health and stuff in my head. Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing that puts me off.
Mate, it's like I was saying. I was just on the phone to later earlier. Like you can tell my ears earlier, like just earlier. Like, even now they're sensitive. Is that?
They don't look bad though.
No, it was alright. It was sweet. It was
Oh,
like it's
yeah.
right now, but you can. I think I was getting to a point where I was using. Yeah, mate, I was using my head so much earlier that my ears were so red and raw that I was doing that, and I was thinking if I given that another half hour, that something's gonna happen. But like I just think I couldn't. Like they're just so red raw. I stopped in the end.
That's the only thing that kind of puts me off. Not 'cause I do want to do it.
I think you'll get. I think
I'm not
being there
scared.
will take over.
I'm not scared to take a punch. That doesn't bother me at all. Or even the pain doesn't even bother me. It's the damage where you're like, I don't want my brain to get messed up.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised when you're there. Like that kind of all goes out the window. You like as much it is. I think it's just the fear of it. Once you get hit a few times, right? But I gotta admit though, you do get the one where all of a sudden I've been kicked or kneed in the face before, and like just at training, and I've just like there's no adrenaline that's come after it. It's just been like that actually hurt. Like,
yeah.
I've actually had to stop and be like, no, I didn't like that.
Because I don't care about the pain because it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to get like a really bad. I don't want to ever go too hard, and I'm like, oh man, my brain is ringing, kind of thing. Oh, I'm sore tomorrow. Cause I don't care about my knees are gonna hurt, or even you jab me and I'm like sort of falling back.
Yeah.
Don't really care about that because pain's pain. It's the like I said, the long term stuff which kind of worries me.
I think at this is looking a little bit different though. Even though you're sparring really really hard there, I think you're not fighting necessarily. Like you like going back to your point, like when someone's actually trying to kill you, like we're not trying to kill you, but like they're trying to really do some damage.
They want to beat you up. Yeah.
At like your gym, even though like I did contradict myself saying they do want it, like it does get past the point where you're actually kind of hurting each other a little bit.
Yeah.
You're still hitting 80%. You're not going 100. So like you do notice that little tweak taken out of it. So it's not as bad. So I don't think you're going to get any long-term damage from just sparring at a gym. But you will like I've seen photos of my face from 7 years ago or so, and I definitely have got some not disfigurement.
That doesn't really. I mean, that's
it's
just
like my nose has definitely got bigger. My mates the other day, like it goes over to the other side. My mates even the other day said to me, "He was like, watch."
But your face looks pretty straight.
If you see a picture, I'll show you.
Your nose doesn't look bent at all.
No, it's not bad. It's just like I never used to have a ridge, never used to have that, and then
Right.
I've had my nose done 3 times, so I've had like.
I can see it a bit there. Yeah,
but that
doesn't look bad though. It's
that's
just
come back, but my whole nose used to cave in and collapse when
really?
I breathed, so I got surgery
wow.
to get it back out again.
Yeah. Do you ever watch or seen sort of that bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, mate, that's nuts.
Do you know, before I used to be like, how can anyone watch this? But now I'm like, it's so good. Like,
It's
I actually love it now. Like, it's
one
crazy.
or two punches because you think that hurt, like, and then but like sometimes all it is they get tapped and then they're fall down to the floor
and they get cut
Yeah.
bad. Yeah,
that's all it takes. But that one of my old someone who used to train at Double K, an old gym, Jake Botswick, he's on bare knuckle, but he looks like just the type of person to be on bare knuckle. Like, he's gritty from like Kid Brook. Do you know what I mean?
You need that sort of like that dog, because I've seen guys who are really good fighters go to bare knuckle, fight someone who's like, I just want to rip your head off. Do you know what I mean? And it's just because do you know who Mike Perry is?
Yeah, mate. He's made for it.
He's perfect, and I used to love watching him in the UFC, and I still think he's got a career in MMA. But sometimes I would watch him fight, and
he looks at one now. He looks at peace.
And he's making loads of money. Whereas I used to watch him sometimes in the UFC, and he'd be fighting guys who I think he was better than, or it'd be quite even. And then for 15 minutes, you'd literally be watching him just get his head jabbed off.
Yeah.
Now he's going and fighting these guys who are world-class fighters, ex-champions in the UFC, like Luke Rockhold. And he's just...
I haven't seen him. Do you look any good at him, Luke Rockhold?
Well, they fought...
What, Mike Perry and Luke Rockhold?
Yeah,
this
This was like a year ago, like
Oh really?
a year
I didn't know it
ago.
was that long ago. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
maybe
I
even
didn't
less.
see him in it, but I didn't know.
Yeah, they fought a year ago, maybe less than a year ago, and he broke his nose, and then the fight was done. Actually, it was just over a year ago. He broke his nose
Luke Rockhold.
in like 1 or 2 rounds. He broke his nose and knocked one of his teeth out, and then the fight was done. It was just like
Yeah,
done.
that's what. But
Mike
that's what I
Perry,
mean, though. Like
Exactly. Whereas if they fought in MMA, especially Luke Rockhold in
Rockhold's
his
well
prime,
tall compared to him, though, isn't it?
yeah, he's about. I'd say Rockhold's about 6'3", and Mike Perry's 5'10", 5'11".
Mate, getting that height, punching that. Is
Exactly.
nuts,
Yeah,
like,
and Mike Perry Luke Rockhold in his prime was for me one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
His
But
kicks as well, mate.
his kicks, it's just great kickboxing,
Comes
and
out of nowhere.
great wrestling, but he wasn't cut out for it. Do you know what I mean? And he's a great fighter, but yeah, before I used to think, I mean, it is barbaric, but I'm like, this is fun. Like I could actually watch this kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've seen
like,
great fights.
You can imagine being like in 2,000 years ago in Rome, like eating a stick of meat or something, and just shouting.
Like in a Colosseum.
Yeah.
It's fun though. Have you been watching like England, like during the Euros?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, mate, my knowledge on football's bad. But I think it's just, I've been watching it. It's been good.
It's been so nerve
Like Watkins, like that goal.
Mate. Did you watch that in the pub?
Yeah, no, I watched it around my mate.
Yeah,
What you've been doing. My mate's got like a cabin in the back of his garden.
Yeah. Well, we done that for a few games, but the last game, because it was Wednesday, and I know people were working and going to the pubs a bit long, I just watched it at home with like my dad and my brother. Mate, we were going mental. Mate, it was so good. And
mate, literally 1 minute, like I was screaming, like it's good.
And my dad was like, "He's gonna score. He's gonna score." When he was coming on, and I was gassed because the night before, I don't know if you watched Spain versus France.
No, I didn't. No.
So I had a little bet. I had a £10 free bet. I said in that game, I think there's gonna be at least 3 goals. It finished 2-1, so there was 3 goals. And then in our game, I said I think there'll be at least 3 goals. I needed the goal. It was 1-1. There's only a minute left. Watkins scores, wins us the game, and I won like 55 quid. I was going. Obviously, I was happy that we won.
You're like that octopus. Do you remember that octopus guy?
Mate, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Mate, I'm excited though, because in my head now, what I'm thinking is like, you know how like, because it was like with that penalty, that was like jammy. I don't know.
Me personally, when I saw the replay, I was like, it's 50-50 because I thought from an unbiased perspective, if that got given against my team, I would understand. I think it'd be harsh, but I'd understand.
That goal was over as well. The other one,
it wasn't. It was nowhere.
It
was nowhere near.
That went over.
It was nowhere near over, and they would get a notification on there. It was
not.
It's not even close because they have goal line technology. So if a goal goes over, they get a notification on their watch, the ref, and they know instantly. But it wasn't over. I knew it wasn't over just from watching.
Oh, right, fair.
And even when I saw it, it wasn't as far over as I thought. The whole ball has to be over the line.
That was a save though. Jesus. Like,
I was brilliant dribbling. But where are you watching the final? Have you got anything?
Mate, Joe, we're all over the place.
It's Sunday night. It's a bit awkward for
It's
people.
hard because it's actually getting home as well. Like, and I think if you go anywhere like Central or anywhere like that, but we had trouble today. We was trying, all my mates in group chat, we was trying to get tickets at O2.
For real? They're showing it.
Big screen. I thought that'd be quality, but then I don't know. I can't be bothered to be around like just a bunch of mugs, really.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean. Yeah,
like just people. Have you seen a trend now? Everyone's like dashing beers.
Mate, that's why.
And I think I don't want to go Box Park just to get dash park.
That's why. I mean, I live right next to Box Park.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's not good, but I wouldn't want to go there because there's a bunch of people that don't watch football usually.
Yeah, exactly.
And they want to join in, and they're lumping beers, and I'm just like, no.
You're around the wrong type of people, like, especially for a game like that. If it was any other game, I think it'd be funny. Like if it was in group stages, like.
I don't think I'd want to go there for that
but,
either.
but I think, that mate, no, spot on. But that's what I mean. I'm saying that at a push. Like if all my mates were going, but like I really,
I'd rather avoid it.
But I think now we're gonna either go. There's a pub in Greenwich, Pelton Arms. It's a good one. You gotta go there. So
I know exactly where that is. Yeah.
We'll go there. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because they got like a big screen on stage, not a big screen, but a projector. Do you know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah.
And then, but if not, it's stuck between.
Do you know what? There's some good places.
Bexley Village.
I mean, I don't know how far are you lot from New Cross?
Yeah, mate. Like, we're gonna go on there.
We watched.
We got Amersham or something.
No. There's a place next to it called Marquis.
Oh, yeah, mate. That's the Millwall pub. We always drink that before. Yeah.
My mate's a Millwall fan,
and
I've been there like loads of times with him.
Quality boozer, mate.
Yeah.
We always drink.
And you do? Yeah. So we went there for 6 years ago. England got to the World Cup semi-final against Croatia.
They're the pool table where the screen come down then, or
I can't remember. It was 6 years ago, but
I think they got rid of it.
You know how the bar goes all the way around, so they had screens all over the thing.
But you got that big one projector right
there. So we watched it there. I know we lost, but I was like, this is sick. But I've been there before. But yeah, you lot should look there maybe.
Mate, it's not a bad shout. That's actually not a bad shout. I might mention that.
For you lot, yeah, it's pretty
But
good.
I love that pub. Going back to it back in the day, I used to love that for going venue straight after.
Oh, we used to do that all the time. Oh, mate.
Because that'd be my life. We'd jump on a 3-2-1
Yeah.
from Sidcup, and it'd be a 40-minute bus. So you get lagging on the bus, and then you jump off Marquis and then go in.
That was so sick. We used to go venue literally, not every weekend, but we used to go all
mate,
the time.
I was every
It was
weekend.
so
every
good.
weekend. Mate, I probably bumped into
the snake bites in there were class. I've never had a snake bite. It's that good anywhere.
I start off at the bottom and work my way up to the top.
And it's funny, the way we found out about that place was when we were in sixth form. That's when we started going there as soon as we turned 18.
Mate. My mate bumped into you.
Yeah. My mate, he lives he's from round here, but his mum lives round here, and then his dad lived in Orpington.
Yeah.
So he used to work in like the carvery around there. And all of his work people that he used to work with, they were all older than him. They were like in their mid-20s. Yeah. And they would be like, "Oh, we're going to venue after work. Do you want to come?" And then he'd be like, "Yeah." That was like the first club we went to. And then he told us all about it. And we used to go there all the time. And it was so big as well.
I think what you're saying is the same as my brother. But I remember my brother's mate pulled out a loyalty card when I went with my brother. My brother's 8 years older than me, so like that's what I love about that club is that there'd be no, and they had Mr. Venue in there as well. Do you remember him? The black geezer bowling around.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
He was there all the time. Like security would look out for him, everything. I've got a video on my phone.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, I completely forgot.
He'd be sweating. And he'd be
yeah.
But I remember but in my brother's mate had a loyalty card, and that's what he bought back in.
I didn't even know they had those.
Yeah, no, they didn't. That's what I mean. That's how long that club has been going for. Is that he had it when he was 18.
Right,
so and you get him for free. So like,
that was such a good club. What's it now? Because I haven't been around there in ages.
Mate, we went up. It went because of COVID. And
it got closed in 2020.
I'm not even joking. I feel like depressed that that's gone.
Yeah,
like,
same. I'd go back there.
Yeah, mate, you can, but old enough to. Like, it's fine. You can.
And
go
it's
back.
cheap as well. Like it was cheap. Like
it was cheap getting there. Like it was just quality. But mate, just starting off that Marquis. But I always drink there before a Millwall game. So then we drink there.
Wait,
afterwards.
are you a Mill fan?
Yeah.
I didn't know you. I know you didn't really watch football.
That's what I mean, mate. I'm like loose though. Like, I go even when I go there now, like on a day out, I'm lagging before I even get in there.
Yeah.
Barely.
One of my mates is a Millwall fan.
But my mate too. All my mates are huge, huge.
So I go games with him sometime, and his dad. Like we actually, a few years. Well, this is like 2020 now. But we went to because this girl I used to see, she used to live in. She's not living, but she went uni in Sheffield. Yeah. And I on a night out, Sheffield is quality.
Oh, we're going up there with Layla soon. Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, you should. I'll tell you these places to go. Like, so
we're going for a festival. You're
going for a festival.
Tram
lines.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think it's tram lines or transmission. It'll be one of those two.
Yeah.
But we went to me and my friends. So we got up there on the Friday night, stayed at her house that night, and then Saturday afternoon we met his dad because he got trained up that day. Went to these pubs in Sheffield. Went to the Sheffield Wednesday ground, Hillsborough. Had a great time. Come back, and then we were out all night. Sheffield's so good, and going out up north is so much cheaper for a drink.
I think that's what I love about it. In Blackpool, like.
Yeah,
I think they're surprised when they see paper money. Do you know what I mean? You pull that out and they just got.
Oh my god! It's true, and you'll have a great time going. Sheffield's so nice.
Yeah, it's quality. I do want to go. We're only going for 3 days though, so we're getting up there.
That's enough time. I'll send you these places to eat because I've been up there like a million times.
Oh mate, yeah, mate. Lately didn't say this at all. I think.
No, but last time I went there was probably like 4 years ago, but I know it quite well. Like it's a nice city, and they've got everything there. Like. There's this famous pie place they got there called
Pie Mash.
Yeah, but no. Well, I don't know if they do pie mash, but when I say pie, I mean like a steak and ale pie.
Oh, okay, like northern pie, basically.
Yeah. I mean, they might do like pie and mash.
It's more a London thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But this place is called Nottingham House. Because I'd never really even tried pies before.
Yeah.
I went there every time I used to go to Sheffield. Made sure I went there every single time. It's cool. I checked the other day to see if it's still open.
I do love a bit of pie. Have you gone?
Nottingham House, yeah.
Dublin before?
No, I've never been to Ireland.
Oh mate, if you ever go there, that's quality. They got as much of like a fad it is, but the Guinness factory. Mate, we went there. I thought it'd be like a bit touristy. It was, but like
it's worth doing though, isn't it?
Quality. Yeah. Like the Guinness I had up there was mental.
Do you drink Guinness quite a lot?
Even in summer, I love it. Like I think it's the only thing I can like just get. Like,
I love Guinness, but I don't drink it that often to be honest. But I do love it though.
I think when you go there, you change your mind about it. But
I like it. Yeah, but I just don't drink. I'd rather drink a beer. Yeah.
I do like beer, but the only problem isn't that, like, mate. I think it's just like age, in it. Like I'm just like bloat now, and then I'm actually struggling. Like, it hurts. But then no, mate. What I'm saying is, there was a steak and ale pie below, made it like cooked in Guinness.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to go back there and just get that. It was nuts.
Ireland's definitely on my bucket list.
Oh, mate.
Have you been? It's funny actually. You say about the Guinness factory. This guy that I worked with, he said he went to Amsterdam and he goes there all the time. He said to me, they've got a Heineken one in Amsterdam.
Yeah, Heineken.
I was like, that must be quite sick as well.
I'm not a fan. My mate always
Heineken.
goes Amsterdam, but I'm not a fan of Heineken. Like,
you're not a fan?
No, I don't know.
What's your favourite beer then?
I think I like Moretti.
Oh,
that's like good.
That's in my top 3. Yeah.
That's like, and then what do I usually go for? Moretti.
San Miguel.
Yeah, San Miguel.
I'm not a lover of San Miguel. All my mates
Joe, I do like San Miguel. Joe, you can't beat it sometimes. I don't know what it is, but it's like Stella. Like,
I love Stella.
Stella.
It's great,
Like,
I know it's not my go-to, but I do love it though.
Yeah, like when but like I don't know what it is. I used to drink it all the time when I was younger. I don't know how, except like probably why I got mangled when I was a kid. But like now when I see that tap, I think, oh, that does look good.
It does, and I like the glass.
Yeah, the glass.
I've got a couple of those at home.
It's the same as Moretti one though. Like it's a nice glass to hold, and the San Miguel one.
I can't remember the San Miguel glass is nice.
They got that like tulip thing.
I can't remember the Moretti glass.
They both bump out at the bottom and then go into like a smaller.
Do you know what
at the
though?
top.
If you like Moretti, have you ever tried Peretti?
Nah, mate, that's Angelo Peretti. Is that what you're on about?
It's an Italian beer. It's a blue beer.
Yeah, no, mate, I'm not a fan.
I think
they sell it at Millwall. That's
Peretti.
The drink. Peretti, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, Angelo Peretti it's called.
Blue one. I didn't know it's called Angelo Peretti. I've only just seen it as Peretti.
I think I might be wrong here, but I think if it is that, mate.
Well, listen, if you like Moretti, because I used to work at Sainsbury's. I worked there for 8 years. And I like collecting pint glasses. Sometimes I'll go to a charity shop.
There's like every like bloke's drink.
I've got so many different random pint glasses, and sometimes if you go to a charity shop, you'll see them in there for like £1 or £2. I buy it, clean it, and then take them home. But anyway, when I was working at Sainsbury's, I was finishing my shift and I was going to buy some beers. This was like Christmas a few years ago, and the lady that I used to work with, she used to do the booze, and I was like, oh, what have we got here? And then I saw they were selling a box of Peretti. And I was like, oh, this glass looks nice. And she was like, yeah, buy it. And I'll give you an extra glass if you want. And I was like, oh, cheers. So bought this thing and I was like, oh, let me try this beer. So good.
Really?
So good, honestly.
Oh,
it's like
Moretti.
It's like Moretti and it's better. And I drink it all the time and I love Moretti, but this Peretti's even better.
I reckon I'm wrong because the one I tasted at Millwall down the den.
And maybe, to be fair, you might be right though, because I had it a few months ago on tap I went to in Romford, when my mate lives, they've got a dog track, and it was good, but it wasn't as good as it usually is, kind of thing. Yeah. And when I went to Italy, that beer was everywhere, and it was incredible.
I think I'm wrong. I must be getting.
No, you might be thinking of the same thing, but honestly,
if you're talking about this highly, I think I'm wrong.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
But man, I don't know what it is though. Just like when I see a Guinness, like I just love the look of that. Like
it does look cool. It does look cool.
Mate,
but for me, I could just drink beer all day.
Bro, I'm actually this podcast turned into like so. I'm actually sitting there catting. I'm like itching.
Oh mate, literally shaking for my next drink.
It does get bad though. I don't say I've got a problem with it, but like mate, I do. Do you drink quite a bit? No, I the only reason why I don't is because I train so much.
Yeah.
But that's what keeps me a little bit in check, like mate, because I think I'm all or nothing.
Drink quite a lot, kind of.
Yeah, big time. Like, and I'm all or nothing as well. Like, if I'm drinking, like I'll go on a few days.
You want to get smashed, kind of. Yeah.
And I think I just try to just relax and not do it at all. So, but yeah, I've got to keep my weight down for this weekend. So I think I'm going to be on those seltzers. Have you had them?
The what?
M&S seltzers, mate. They're like
What's that?
It's basically watered alcohol. It tastes like a bit of Ribena. You get different flavours.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's like a bit of like Ribena. It just in like a. It's like imagine drinking a fizzy drink that's flat.
Is it like those M&S cans?
Yeah. M&S cans.
Oh, those things.
No, but it's not fizzy. They're not. They do have them now, but they're like.
Oh, so kind of like a flat, like a still flavoured water.
Yeah, it's like a still flavoured water, mate. But I'll tell you what. Me and all my mates were drinking them in a minute. We went. I watched one of the England games at. We went to that Pergola in Canary Wharf.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad old gaff anyway. But
I've never been there, but my mates have been there.
Do you know what? I think it's like one. I've been there once or twice.
I think there's more than one though. I think there's a good one around.
It's like a box plug to turn out type.
Oh really? But
is it like that though? Like
I don't know. I've never been there, but one of my mates, he lives in like West London.
Yeah.
And he lives in around like Maida Vale.
Oh, okay.
And there was one because I used to work around there, and he said there's one in Paddington. and apparently that's the better one.
Oh mate, actually I think you're right. I think I've actually seen that because when you type it, I think you've got 3 of them actually.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 in London. Yeah, spread out. I think there might be one in. What's the other one that you said? Canary Wharf.
Canary Wharf one. Yeah, because that's just easy for us because you get a cab Blackwall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Whereas the one in, I've never been to either of them, but the one in Paddington apparently is quite good.
Oh mate, I have to give it a look.
Yeah, and I've heard like even my mates that don't even live around here, they said they've been there as well, and they said it's quite.
So I think Canary Wharf, like, oh no,
that's a bit more touristy kind of thing, and it's a bit
mate.
more central kind of thing.
But going back to those people at Box Park, like you're saying,
Yeah.
like, I think it just attracts that type.
Yeah.
But that's what it was like at that night. But mate, honestly, I was like to my mate, I was drinking those seltzers, and he was like, I was like, at the start of the night, I was like, I don't get drunk on these. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't get drunk on these. Like, it don't taste anything. I don't get drunk. Mate, end of the night, I couldn't lift my head up. Well, I went back to a pub near me called STC, was like a club in Eltham. But went there, mate, I was gone. I lift my head out of the cab, I'd get a bus home. I was just sitting on the bus, struggling.
That's
do you drink a fair bit, or you like?
I love drinking, but I only drink when I go out. And it's not even because I want to be in shape, because I train all the time. But my mates drink and go out way more than I do. Like,
I think we're similar then.
A lot of them, but no, you're kind of doing it because you have to be a certain weight for this and that. Me, I'm just kind of during the week, not that I don't like to or not, and if I could, I would.
But how good is the one in a week though, isn't it?
I know, but I don't. It's just during the week, I don't eat any sort of crisps or sweets or cereal or anything that's nice.
Yeah, weekend's your treat, innit? Yeah.
Weekend, I'll treat myself.
I'm the exact same.
But if I'm in my house, it's very, very rare that I'll just have a beer. Even though just to have a few beers and watch football, I won't do that either because I like to drink when I go out. Yeah. Not saying I wouldn't enjoy it at home, but I'm just thinking I'm just drinking for no reason. Yeah. And I just sort of, when I go out, I'll go all out and drink. But if I'm just chilling at home, I won't. I'll eat like crap and stuff, but I won't be stuffing having the sinking pints kind of thing.
I'm the exact same. I think at one point I used
to do that though.
COVID, around COVID time, I was doing 2 bottles of wine a night, stuff like that. I was just
I don't drink wine. I'm not a wine. I don't like wine.
I weren't into wine, but I
too sweet.
Years ago, I went on holiday, and then just when the holiday was a girl's family, and I was
down in bottles of wine.
Mate, they were just feeding those wines, going wine tasted. I was just in the end So that's how I liked olives as well at holiday because they just kept giving it to me.
Yeah.
But I think it was more like force fed it, and then now I do like drink proper glass.
Is that white or red? What's your?
Mate, both. Like, red goes down such a treat.
Really?
Like, I think with a meal it's nice, but if you do get into it, it's a bit of a slippery slope. Like
do you know what? One of our mates, since we were like 17, 18, he does drink beers as well. Yeah. But he'll most of the time, say we're having prees, he'll drink wine. Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. I've always wanted to get into it, but I've always found it a bit sickly for me. Yeah. So
depends what ones though, because like, mate, if you get I'll tell you what, we're gonna have to do it. We have to organise it with Layla as well, because I've said to her as well. I went for one with my housemate when I was at uni. We went to one here. She got it for my birthday. She got like a virgin card. You know, like when you get like the virgin deals.
Yeah.
She got me on that, and then we went to one in Kensington, and it was just unreal. Went down this little cellar, we had like 7 bottles, 8 bottles of trying different ones. At the end and then you had different cheeses and olives I'd give you. Mate, I'll tell you what, when you start learning about all this stuff with it and you start trying all these different wines that are like bitter, ones that are sweet, I like the bitter ones.
So sorry, did you say you prefer red?
Yeah, but but then white as well. I do like white. It depends what you're doing. Like if it's like summer's day white.
With red though, do you know what I would find a bit off-putting about red? I think this is why I think I prefer white. No, I don't know that. But obviously it's not cold. Yeah. So I kind of be like, wow, I feel like I need something just to refresh me a bit. Do you find it refreshing?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You do. Like you just do a little bit. It goes down with your meal well. Like if you have a steak, mate. If you steak and red wine,
I can imagine that being nice. Yeah.
Recently went to Arizona, like America. Mate, the steak we had out there, like you can imagine the portion sizes. I think we worked it out. Is that the portion size? Like you ever been Goodman's? We had at Goodman's Canary Wharf. That's a steak place. That's quite like a kind of expensive steak place here. But a big steak over here is like 330 grams. And that's quite, mate, it's like you get through that and you're full at the end of the day.
Yeah. But you having it with anything?
Yeah, you have like creamy spinach, like mushrooms,
fries. You don't get fries?
Yeah, you do get but you get like sweet potato ones. You get all these different ones like mashed cream. You get so many good stuff. But out there though, worked it out. The steak they had, we just asked for a normal steak. Steak they had at like the bog standard steak was 550 grams of steak, mate. It was like nearly
that's
twice.
Like huge.
It was ridiculous. Like it held.
Did you finish it
when it came out? No, I didn't notice it at the start because it was like, it looked really nice. So as we was like cutting through it, I got halfway through it and I was looking at my mates and I'm struggling. I was actually sweating, but having a glass of red wine with it was just going down. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I think it's just alcohol, mate. I think it just gets you a little bit tipsy.
Yeah.
Red wine gets you.
Yeah, I do need to. I've been saying it for years.
I'll tell you what, we'll book that in, mate.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I love a good steak as well. But you know, with me with steak, because I have steak at home quite a bit.
Yeah. I thought you was going for that reference then.
What reference?
Why would you go for a burger out when you got a steak at home or something? Like,
I never heard that before. No, but I don't know about you. Do you have like peppercorn sauce and stuff on it?
Yeah, mate. Oh,
the thing is, I'm not a lover of peppercorn sauce.
What one do you go for though? Just raw?
No. So I make
raw steak.
Sometimes I'll make the steak myself, like medium rare usually.
Yeah, nice.
But I'll make some gravy with it and put it on top of the. Put some
That's
gravy
not, mate. I think it's something.
A lot of people, I don't feel like a lot of people don't do that though.
I think
that'd
be nice. Yeah, but
it's so much. Because I find steak kind of dry without it.
But I can imagine people judging us though. I don't know.
Like, they would, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
We've only got 5 minutes left. Do you want to do longer after the thing or not?
No, mate. Probably should shoot. But
yeah, fine. We'll finish in 5 minutes. But yeah, man, I do want to go because I've actually never been to America at all. Where did you go? To California?
No, it's the one next to it. Yeah,
Phoenix.
So Arizona is the state, and then Phoenix is the
city.
The city. Yeah. But we stayed in like a suburb of it called Scottsdale.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know that. Yeah.
Mate, it was quality. Like,
I can imagine,
driving out there, it's just the desert. Like
we was boiling as well.
Mate, it was. I'll tell you what, it's boiling. It was 48 degrees on one of the nights, and went up to 52 one night. But it's such dry heat. You don't even like. No, it's nice. Like you don't notice it.
Be like
ain't humid. Like
it's not humid.
Yeah, it's not humid. It's so dry. So you get out and the sun's on you, and you're like, God, it is hot, but you can bear it.
It's manageable.
And then as well, it's America, mate. Land of free. They just got aircon everywhere. God. So like, no matter where you go, you walk like if you're a bit hot, just go for a drink or go for like as soon as you walk through the door or something. It's just cool. Like,
mate, I want to go there so bad.
Mate, I promise you, I want to live out there. Like,
yeah, same. I was literally just about to say that. That's the only. I mean, I love living in London. I don't think I'd want to live anywhere else. But America is the only other place. I mean, I've never been there, so I can't really say. But that's the only other place I'd consider.
Your perception of it, of how you think. I don't even know what your perception of it is.
Oh no, I guarantee. I love America.
It's that. Like, that's what I find nuts about it.
Like land of the free,
bro, it's just nuts.
Freedom and stuff. Like they are crazy out there.
Yeah, they're nuts. We're speaking to a few Americans out there, and they're just like even the way they talk about the politics. Like, oh my god, they go at each other. Like it's nuts. But not regardless of that, that's boring to talk about. But they had it's just jokes. Like one day we had like a BMW out there, like a big BMW. Oh mate, it was sick. Like X1, I think. But went out there and it's like putting your foot down on like the freeway, just like jokes.
I can imagine.
But then one day we was like, just going to shoot some guns. Like, yeah, go on then. So we just went out, went up to the Scottsdale gun club.
I'd be kind of scared though.
Like,
I'd be a bit, because I don't know about you, but I've never shot a gun.
Well, I have a few times, because I've been in America a few times, and like I got to admit, the confidence is there. Just a little bit, but I do want to get a proper lesson in it. But like I know a little bit because my brother's an armed copper, so like I knew that a little bit. But all my mates out there have never fired a gun, and like
I mean I've never been around a gun, but they say the noise. You got to wear those.
Not even the noise, mate. You feel it. Whatever round someone lets off a round, and you're just like it goes
sweat. You must be sweating as well.
Yeah, you're just nervous, mate. When you fire it, you're just like. But I was firing a pump action shotgun, and mate, they're like, because you can get double barrels over here, but they haven't got much of a kick.
Yeah.
But mate, a pump action shotgun is like,
oh my god,
and mate, your whole arm goes bang.
And you must go back.
Yeah, but you're firm it. You got to have
a strong arm. Yeah. If you're shaking, it must be quite dangerous.
And like before you pull the trigger, you're like,
am I sure?
Yeah, you sure? And it just goes. But mate, it is quality.
Guns make me nervous.
But man, I was firing AK out there. But the thing that's nuts is that you just like you're looking at people and you think I can just turn around and just start going like school shooter type.
That's what puts me off, because I know I wouldn't do anything crazy, but you just don't know.
But they got marshals that walk in and out of it though, so he's walking around, he's doing the gun safety. So my mate then he went first time he's ever fired a gun. I was like, they don't care out there as long as that barrel is down the range at all times. That's like all they care about. My mate then literally fired 3 shots. No, he did empty the clip, to be fair. Emptied the clip and then turned around and then just went, that was quality. But had the gun pointed at me. Oh, mate, I was gone. He got told off and he got sat down on the chair.
That's what scares me.
And he got sat down on the chair. My mate was just sitting there like 27 years old as he was just being told off like a little kid.
That's what scares me, because it could just be a mistake. And I'm just like, damn.
But mate, food out there though, it is quality. But I haven't grasped that much, because my mate,
Well, the Mexican food must be incredible because
Mate,
like, there's a lot of Mexicans around
especially
there.
down there as well, Arizona, because it's right by the border. But mate, it is quality out there. But the only problem is though, is that you want to try every fast food. Like, so for a whole week, all you're eating
Stuff
is
in your
rubbish.
face. Yeah, but that's worth. You're on holiday though.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to. Apparently, they say Texas has got the best barbecue
Yeah.
and the best Mexican food because they've all the Mexicans are there, and they got this thing called Tex-Mex. So it's
Yeah,
like their
yeah,
own
yeah.
version, and obviously they invented barbecue. So apparently, it's unreal. That's one of the main reasons I want to go for
Mate,
the food.
it's quality.
We've only got 30 seconds left, so we're gonna have to go. But this has been like good speaking to you and stuff, and then we'll do it again. We need to do it like
mate.
when we got more time next time.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll come down to the gym and like just chat to all the guys that work
Yeah,
there.
mate,
and
do it.
stuff.
I reckon it'll be good exposure. I'll speak to Lee because he would like it.
Yeah,
anyway,
is that the one
like-
that's fighting?
No, Lee's the actual head coach who owns the gym.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but Will Druitt, he's already in Thailand training.
yeah.
So yeah, 13 days is fine.
That'll be good. But yeah, we'll do it again, and then I'll come down to the gym. I can speak to the guys,
do
and
it,
then
man. Be sick.
they can come here or whatever. Like, I'd love to speak to like everybody.
Yeah, well, if you come down and meet them, I think it'd be better for them because they probably don't know what they're walking into. But like,
Yeah.
you walk down there and just talk, and mate, train as well. Like,
Yeah.
have an MMA session with me, and then
Yeah. All right, I'm down for that.
Do it in the future though. Wait
All
till
right.
he's back.
We'll do it again some other time. But yeah, this is done. We're all good. See you guys. You know, we actually finished like 20 seconds ago, but because the thing was done, they couldn't hear us anymore.
Oh.
So I just went, because it's still recording, I just kept going.
Jokes.
Oh mate, that actually flew, guy.